Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli back with another review video. That's right, of course, continuing on reviewing the Marvel films and, back of course to the MCU. Yes, now we've come up to the one Marvel film that is such a good one, and it's one of my dad's top favorite Marvel films. It's that Shang-Chi and Captain America: The First Avenger, some of his favorites. And to think that this was and still is the only Marvel film in the MCU, the only Marvel film, I should say, to be nominated for Best Picture. Yeah, that is something. So, yes, I'm of course reviewing none other than Black Panther. Yeah, so, this is a really good film, of course, definitely. Probably, Black Panther being my top favorite MCU films. But, okay, and especially since this was a spin-off of Civil War. Basically, Captain America Civil War basically showed that, well, T'Challa, a.k.a. Black Panther, and Peter Parker, a.k.a. Spider-Man, they were getting their own movies right after that, and of course they did. Spider-Man came first, and then a year later, after Spider-Man, then came Black Panther. So the story. T'Challa, heir to the hidden but advanced kingdom of Wakanda, must step forward to lead his people into a new future and must confront a challenger from his country's past. So, of course, the cast of characters, of course, T'Challa, once again played by the late legendary and now Disney legend, Chadwick Boseman. And good for Chadwick becoming a Disney legend. Good for him. And also, the main antagonist of this film, Eric Killmonger. Yeah, I think I said that right. Played by Michael B. Jordan, who previously played another Marvel character. Not in the MCU, but, he was Human Torch in the, everybody considers the god-awful Fantastic Four film from 2015. Yeah, pretty much. I can't deny that that was bad. Again, I will review that very soon, down the road. So, anyways, then also the other cast, like Lupita, however you pronounce her name, she plays Nakia, T'Challa's love interest, Danaya Gurira, I think I said that the last name right, as Okawi. I apologize again if I'm pronouncing some of these names wrong. And, of course, and also, we get the appearance of T'Challa's sister, Shuri, played by Letitia Wright. Yeah. And she's so good as Shuri. Shuri's just a fun character. And, I think I remember, probably my parents and I were kind of talking about this. Could you imagine, it's a shame this never happened. Could you imagine, in the Avengers movies, her and Tony Stark interacting, because, well, the technology she uses in, her lab, and, well, Tony Stark, the same thing goes for him. But, oh well. Then there was also Wakabi, played by Daniel Kaluuya, I think I got that right, and Winston Duke, who plays the M is silent. I think the same goes for Kabi, the W is probably silent too. Baku, played by Winston Duke, as I said, and, what is the name of that, because with Baku and his tribe, Batha, Batha, them, and they're kind of like the wolves, or, technically, just, but, anyways, oh gosh, what is the name of that tribe I want to remember? Here it is. The Jabari, yeah, so the Jabari. T'Challa's to become king, and, well, a challenge happens, and, well, they, Baku and the rest, they come in for the challenge. And Forrest Whitaker, He is T'Challa's uncle, and of course, he is, he's also the brother of T'Challa's father, Zuri. Um, yeah, of course we do get an appearance of T'Challa's father, from the dead and so on. Is he listed? Like, he has to be. Um, I don't see him, but maybe I will. But anyways, oh no, here he is. T'Chaka, yeah, T'Chaka, once again played by John Connie. I think I got that right. And as we should remember, T'Chaka was killed by Zemo in Captain America: Civil War. So, oh yes, two familiar faces one who we last saw in the second Avengers film, and a year after Avengers: Age of Ultron in Captain America: Civil War, we got the debut of a CIA agent, and of course, I'm talking about Andy Serkis, who reprises his role as Clow. Clow. Am I saying his last name right? I hope so. And of course, Martin Freeman as Everett K. Ross. I believe, this is their second movie together, Martin and Andy, because as we all know, they previously were in The Hobbit as Bilbo and Gollum. So yeah, and it's great. We get to see more of Andy Serkis and his funny villain. And as we remember, Ultron ripped off his arm. It was his, from my point of view, his left hand, and he's got a robotic hand now, and he's teaming up with Eric. So. And, another thing is, we do find out because, Eric's father, who is played by, it's him, Jabu. Jabu is, the father of Eric, and played by Sterling K. Brown, because, I think for Jabu, he kind of separated from Wakanda, and he fell in love with an American woman, and they had Eric, and, even at one point, because it was sad for T'Chaka, he had to kill his brother. And that's when, years later, in present time, Eric is seeking revenge and wanting to kill his cousin and take the throne. I don't want to, I'm sure some people, would compare this a little bit, similar, maybe just a little bit of this a bit similar to The Lion King. I don't know, but, something. I know I heard something of that. I just can't remember. Oh, yeah, and here's another thing. The music was great in this. Ludwig, what's his last name? Who would go on... Oh, they're gonna shoot me for this. I have to look at the name of the composer. Jeez. Okay, but we would all... a year after Black Panther, literally a year after Black Panther... He would go on, of course, to do the music and score for The Mandalorian. Yeah, and he became one of the new composers doing Star Wars music. Yep, so where is he? Come on. Music, okay, here it is. Ludwig Göransson, I hope I said that right. So as we all know, because he did the music and score for Black Panther, and then he would go on to do Star Wars music for, of course, The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, and the Mandalorian theme, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, that's him. In fact, didn't he use that same kind of instrument for Black Panther? I don't see why not. It fits, especially because African kind of music and so on. Some really cool stuff and funny moments to Black Panther, of course, especially because, that one sequence with Shuri, and T'Challa and his sister's laboratorian does that meme, "What are those?" He's wearing sneakers, and a cool car chase, of course, and, of course, Martin Freeman's character tagging along, Everett K. Ross, Ross, I'll call him Ross, and Stan Lee's cameo, because, when we get the introduction of Ross and Black Panther, like they're like this at private casino or something, and at one point like T'Challa actually won something, and like Stanley came in and, how about I just put this aside? And it's funny, him talking to Ross. So Stanley, he never disappointed with when he made cameos, without a doubt. Sad moments here and there, like even like say when I think it was her, yeah, Linda, like I guess she's supposed to be Eric's love interest, but at one point, because even when Andy Serkis, he has her gun pointed, well, Eric, he goes ahead and just kills her, well, I guess he had no choice, but and of course Eric kills Andy Serkis as well. Well, that sucks. Like, why kill him? Like, we should see more of him. I mean, he returned for, say, Marvel's What If, the animated show. But still, maybe in another like Marvel film, like set years ago before Black Panther, or even say Age of Ultron, one of those Marvel films. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh yes, the other cast of characters like Florence. What's her last name? As Ayo? Am I saying that right? Probably. And yeah, but these cast of characters were great. Oh, and if I recall, yeah, the mother too. Like this is it's no. Okay, but anyways. Some emotional moments, as I said, and even say when Zuri sacrifices himself for his nephew being killed by, his nephew and so on. But, yeah. It's, some sad moments here and there, as I said, and cool action going on. Even say when the big, like, climax, well, the big epic fight, and even say when, Kabi and the rest of the Jabara, like, they do join in the fight, and even say, okay, Baku, I meant Baku. Well, speaking of Kabi, he does join, Eric, and, well, there was a romance going on between Kabi and, Okawi, so, well, even say Kabi and his people, his tribe, they do stand down. And in the end, T'Challa does defeat Eric once and for all. And yeah, and it's kind of cool, like this, like some bits of music here and there, especially like with this one voice, like in the beginning and near the end of the film, Sibia, Tibi, and we actually do hear a full version of that after, Eric Killmonger, he dies, so, and all ends well, and, even like, say, when Wakanda, like, one subject brought up that Wakanda just staying hidden from the world, and, just T'Challa just saying to his father and to all the other, past relatives or whatever, like, the dead, that all of you are wrong, we turn our back, But, and of course, in the end, T'Challa, because, like, two end credit scenes that happen, the first one, of course, during the credits, like, T'Challa does, like, there's a conference, and he finally, for the first time in Wakanda's history, opens, Wakanda to the world, etc., and, yeah. Oh, did I forget to mention, like, there was one cool moment with Ross. He joins in the fight as well by flying, because he was a pilot before joining the CIA. He was a good like flyer, basically, and he managed to, like, he got to fly like one of the Wakanda jets, basically, and he became a hero, like stopping from one Wakanda jet from entering out of the force field, invisible force field, disguising and cloaking Wakanda. So good for him. So there's that end credit scene, as I said, like T'Challa at a conference and, officially opening Wakanda to the world and knowing about it, etc. And then the final end credit scene, we get the appearance of Bucky Barnes. Of course, that teases, and even say, right after that scene ends, Black Panther will return in Avengers Infinity War. Because, yeah, we know what's coming. We all knew what was coming after this came out. So, yeah. What a way to end Black Panther for sure. But I will say, Black Panther, what a great Marvel film this turned out to be, I should say. Yeah, no doubt about it. I definitely give this a 10 out of 10 for sure. And what about you guys? What do you think of Black Panther? What did you think of my review? Leave comments and give this review a like as always. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Black Panther. More reviews coming your way. They're gonna be awesome. Keep looking forward. And I'll see you guys in the next video/review. And stay tuned later tonight because, let's just say, this year does mark its anniversary. Basically, this was the start for a 00 agent. You probably know who I'm talking about, so stay tuned for that. Take care, peace out, Avengers assemble, and Wakanda forever!